Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, why am I still stuck in the same place? Not because you're lazy, not because you don't want more, but because your mind keeps dragging you back into the same cycle of doubt, hesitation, fear. And here's the truth. It's not your circumstances keeping you there. It's your thoughts. But the moment you decide to take back control of your thinking, everything changes. Because you don't need more motivation. You need a strategy. You need a mindset that doesn't fold under pressure, but thrives through it. That's what this message is about. Not hype, not fluff, but building a mental foundation so strong that fear has no place to hide. This is your shift, and it starts now. Every single one of us faces a war inside our own mind. There are days when doubt whispers louder than ambition, when fear screams louder than purpose. And in those moments, it's not the world outside that stops you, it's the thoughts we've allowed to grow inside. But here's something powerful. You are not your thoughts. You're the one who chooses which thoughts stay and which thoughts go. You're the gatekeeper of your mind. And when you take full ownership of that, everything changes. It's time to stop living at the mercy of negativity, to stop letting the weight of yesterday shape the limits of today, to stop believing the lie that you're not enough. Because you are enough. You've always been. But to fully step into your potential, you need to do something radical. You need to reprogram your thinking. That's what this message is about. This is not about hype, not about surface-level motivation. This is about building a system inside your mind that doesn't just survive pressure, but thrives under it. So let's begin. I want you to think about something. What thoughts have you been feeding your mind every day? Because the reality is, your life will always move in the direction of your dominant thoughts. If those thoughts are filled with worry, fear, regret, or limitation, then your actions, your habits, and your outcomes will reflect that. But if your thoughts are filled with belief, clarity, purpose, and discipline, everything shifts. Let me be clear. You can't just hope for better thinking. You have to train your mind like a warrior trains for battle. Every morning I wake up and remind myself, I decide how this day will go. Not my doubts, not my circumstances, not my past. Because negative thinking is a habitant, like all habits. It can be broken, but only if you replace it with something stronger, something more useful, something rooted in intention, not reaction. That's where discipline comes in. Mental discipline is showing up when it's hard. It's choosing to speak life over yourself when your mind wants to echo the pain of your past. It's writing down your goals when the world says you should settle. It's acting in faith when fear tells you to wait. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's quiet. It's repetitive. It's built in the small, private moments no one sees. And that's where victory starts. I've had days where I didn't believe in myself, where I felt behind, where I felt like the progress was too slow, the results too small. But every time I showed up with discipline, every time I chose action over excuse, something inside me grew stronger. You build confidence through evidence. You want to silence your negative thinking? Give your mind proof that you're not the person you used to be. And that proof is built in action, in repetition, in showing up again and again, even when it's hard. Because the mind learns through repetition. That's why so many people stay stuck. They're repeating the same negative narrative every day. I'm too late. I'm not smart enough. I always mess things up. But you can change the script. You can repeat a new truth until your mind believes it. I'm growing every day. I'm in control of my actions. I've overcome before I'll do it again. Speak it. Write it. Repeat it. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're building internal certainty. And once that certainty is rooted deep enough, no doubt can shake you. But don't just stop at mindset. Use it to drive behavior. The purpose of a strong mind isn't to just feel better, it's to do better. Use it to wake up earlier, to read more, to eat better, to build that business, to lead with purpose. Because when you combine mindset with movement, you become unstoppable. So today, I challenge you to choose just one area where you've been letting negativity win, just one, and take action against it. Not tomorrow, today. Because every small win rewires your brain to expect more from yourself. And every day you train your mind to expect more, you'll start to receive more. That's the beginning of transformation. You kill negative thinking not with force but with focus, with intention, with repetition, with truth. And it starts the moment you decide to stop feeding the lies and start feeding your future. You see, negativity isn't just a mindset, it's a pattern. A pattern you've repeated so often, it feels automatic. But just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's right. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's serving you. Think of how many years you've let certain thoughts live rent-free in your mind. Thoughts that told you to stay quiet. Thoughts that told you to play small. Thoughts that convinced you to shrink your dreams to fit other people's comfort zones. But you're done with that now. You're no longer available for average thinking. You're no longer tolerating thoughts that make you feel powerless. From this moment forward, you speak with conviction, you act with clarity, and you train your mind to serve you, not sabotage you. Let me give you something practical. Create a pattern interrupt. When that old negative thought shows up, you stop it immediately. You say out loud, "That's not who I am anymore." And then you replace it with a new declaration. Not just a feel-good quote, but a truth rooted in your growth. Here's an example. Negative thought. "I'll never get out of this situation." But, pattern interrupt. "That's a lie. I'm building a better life, one decision at a time." You do that every time the thought shows up. And at first, it'll feel weird. It'll feel forced. But with repetition, it becomes real. Your brain starts to adapt. It starts to believe what you feed it. And that belief shapes your behavior. Remember, you're not at war with your thoughts. You're at war with your patterns. And the best way to break a pattern is with new language, new action, and new identity. Because once your identity shifts, everything else catches up. You no longer say, "I'm trying to be positive." You say, "I'm a person who speaks life." You no longer say, "I'm working on confidence." You say, "I'm someone who leads with courage." You kill negative thinking by creating a mindset so strong, doubt doesn't even feel like an option. And that's not built in comfort. It's built in tension, in resistance, in the moments when it would be easier to complain but you choose to create, when it would be easier to fall back but you push forward. That's when transformation happens. You're not here to repeat the same thoughts every year. You're here to evolve, to rise, to lead. And it begins with what you think, because how you think determines how you move. So the next time negativity shows up, smile. Because it's not a sign of failure, it's a signal. A signal that you're on the edge of growth. A signal that you're in the process of rewiring something powerful inside you. Don't run from it. Use it. Use it to build awareness. Use it to build clarity. Use it to fuel the fire that's been waiting to be unleashed. You are not your past. You are not your fears. You are not your mistakes. You are who you choose to become today, tomorrow, and every day you show up with intention. And that version of you, they don't just kill negative thinking. They replace it with something unshakable. Belief, vision, and relentless action. Now let's talk about one of the biggest killers of growth: comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, the enemy of focus, and the assassin of self-belief. You scroll through someone's highlight reel and start doubting your own path. You see their success, their results, their lifestyle, and without even realizing it, you begin to shrink. You start questioning if you're doing enough, if you're good enough. But hear me clearly. Their journey has nothing to do with yours. Your timeline is your own. Your battles are your own. Your process, your pain, your purpose, they're not supposed to look like anyone else's. And the minute you stop comparing, you free up the energy you've been wasting on envy and start using it to build something real. You don't need to match someone else's pace. You need to master your own. Because success isn't found in comparison. It's found in commitment. Daily, consistent, focused commitment to your own path. That's where the breakthroughs happen. So if you want to kill negative thinking, Start by cutting off the comparisons. Mute the noise. Unfollow the distractions. Silence the lies that say you're behind or you're not doing enough. You are exactly where you need to be if you decide to own it. And while we're here, let's talk about language. Because what you say matters. What you speak over your life becomes your reality. Stop saying, "I can't." Stop saying, "I'm stuck." Stop saying, "It's too late." Start saying, "I'm learning." Start saying, "I'm growing." Start saying, "Every day I'm getting stronger." Your words carry weight. They shape your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your results. Be ruthless with your vocabulary. Speak like someone who believes in their future. Speak like someone who's done being limited by fear. Because when you shift your language, your environment responds. Opportunities show up. People take you seriously. And most importantly, you start to believe in yourself again. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a powerful perspective. The conditions will change. The economy will shift. People will let you down. But if your mindset is locked in, none of that can stop you. And that's the goal, not just to think positive, but to think powerful, to think intentionally, to think with the authority of someone who's done making excuses and ready to create real, lasting change. That's what this is about. Not hype, not fluff, but rewiring your mind to work for you, not against you. And that work, it starts now. Every day you show up for your mind, you cast a vote for the future you want. So keep voting, one thought at a time, one word at a time, one action at a time. Because this isn't just about thinking better, it's about living better. And you're already on your way. Let's get practical now. You want to change the way you think? Then change what you do first thing in the morning. Your morning is where your mindset is shaped. What you allow into your mind in the first 30 minutes sets the tone for the rest of the day. Most people wake up and immediately check their phone's emails, social media, notifications. What they don't realize is they're training their minds to be reactive instead of proactive. They're letting the world dictate their mood before they've even had a chance to breathe. That's not how leaders think. That's not how winners move. You want to kill negative thinking? Take back your mornings. Start with intention. Before the noise of the world gets in, speak your truth. Write your goals. Visualize your wins. Read something that stretches your mind. Move your body. Drink water. Breathe deeply. Don't wait until the day breaks. You start the day by building yourself up. Because if you win your mornings, you start stacking small victories. And those small wins add up. They compound into belief, into momentum, into discipline. And that's how you build mental resilience. You're not trying to have one good day. You're trying to build a rhythm that makes bad days irrelevant. And listen, your brain is always listening. Every complaint, every doubt, every excuse, it hears you. And the more you repeat those things, the more your brain believes them. So flip the script. Speak power even when you feel weak. Speak direction even when you feel lost. Speak courage even when fear is loud. It's not lying to yourself, it's leading yourself. And the difference between someone who breaks through and someone who stays stuck is leadership. Not leading others, leading themselves. You don't need more motivation, you need more direction. And that direction starts in your daily habits, in your daily self-talk, in the way you respond to resistance. Resistance is not a stop sign, it's proof that you're getting stronger. Most people quit when it gets hard. But you've decided that pressure is part of the process. You've decided that discomfort is the cost of transformation. And that decision, that belief, that commitment is what separates the average from the elite. That's how you kill negative thinking. Not with a one-time decision, but with a daily process. You show up. You speak truth. You take action. You correct course. You repeat. Over and over. Until your mindset becomes unshakable. Until your habits become automatic. Until your results become undeniable. That's where you're heading. And you're not turning back. Let me say this clearly. You don't overcome negative thinking by pretending it doesn't exist. You overcome it by facing it, challenging it, and replacing it. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, you have a choice. Let it stay or evict it. And that process, it becomes easier with repetition. Here's a strategy you can use. The 3 R's: recognize, replace, reinforce. 1. Recognize the negative thought. Don't ignore it. Call it out. 2. Replace it with a powerful, positive truth that aligns with your goals. 3. Reinforce it by acting on that truth immediately. You do that often enough, your mind will start rewiring itself. You'll stop being paralyzed by overthinking. You'll stop retreating in the face of challenge. You'll start trusting yourself again. Because here's what I know. You're not broken. You're just undertrained. Most people have trained their minds to expect the worst, to doubt everything, to fear success as much as they fear failure. But you're not most people. You're choosing a new path. A path where you master your mind instead of being mastered by it. A path where thoughts don't control you, you control them. A path where you wake up knowing exactly who you are, where you're going, and why it matters. This is what powerful people do. They build mental structures that support their mission, and you can do the same. Here's another truth. You don't need to feel confident to act confident. Confidence is a byproduct of evidence. It's what shows up after you've kept promises to yourself, after you've done the hard things, after you've faced fear and moved anyway. So stop waiting to feel ready. You don't need more time. You need more truth. And the truth is, you are capable of more than you've given yourself credit for. You've already survived your worst days. You've already grown through storms that were designed to break you. You've already proven that you're a fighter. Now it's time to prove you're a creator. Not just someone who reacts to life, but someone who shapes it. And you start by shaping your thoughts. One at a time. This is the real work. Not the loud, flashy moments, but the quiet, consistent decisions that build the life you want. Every time you redirect your thinking, you build strength. Every time you choose a better belief, you build clarity. Every time you take bold action, you build identity. And that identity? It's the foundation of everything. So don't let today be another day where your thoughts run wild. Take back the keys. You're the driver now. Steer your life where it was meant to go. And don't stop until you get there. Let's bring this full circle. You're not here by accident. You're not still listening because this is just another feel-good message. You're here because something inside you is ready. Ready to stop circling the same mountains. Ready to stop recycling the same excuses. Ready to finally step into the version of yourself you've always known you could be. That version of you isn't afraid of hard work, isn't paralyzed by fear, isn't silenced by the opinions of others. That version moves with clarity, speaks with conviction, leads with heart, and executes with purpose. And that version, it already exists within you. It just needs permission to rise. So give it. Give yourself permission to be great, to be different, to be intense, to be focused, to be powerful, to be disciplined, to be obsessed with growth. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more examples. And that's who you are now. You don't kill negative thinking by ignoring it. You kill it by overwhelming it with something stronger. Vision, execution, momentum, faith. You flood your mind with direction until doubt has no oxygen left. You show up again and again until fear starts to shrink. And you act with such consistency that your past no longer fits your future. That's the game now. No more hoping. No more waiting. No more watching others live the life you were meant to create. This is your moment. To take back your mind. To take back your voice. To take back your day. And to build a life so strong from the inside out that nothing can break it. Not the critics. Not the doubt. Not the past. Not the pain. Nothing. Because now, you lead. With intention. With belief. With fire. And every thought from this day forward, it builds you. And that more than anything else is how you win. The transformation isn't in the big dramatic moments, it's in the daily decisions. It's waking up and choosing to speak truth instead of replaying fear. It's showing up for yourself when no one is clapping. It's holding the vision when your reality still looks the same. And most importantly, it's choosing to lead your mind instead of being led by it. Because once you own your mind, you own your life. So build the habit, build the system, build the discipline, build the rhythm that doesn't just kill negative thinking but makes it irrelevant. Let your thoughts match your goals. Let your language match your leadership. Let your actions match your vision. And don't stop, because the greatest version of you, they're already waiting. Now it's time to meet them. Every breakthrough starts with a shift in thought. Before the business grows, before the body transforms, before the income rises, the mind changes. That's where it always begins. So if you want more in your life, go to the source. Audit your thoughts. Upgrade your beliefs. Challenge your patterns. And watch how fast the world responds. Because the outer world is a mirror. It reflects your internal decisions. So if you're not satisfied with what you see out there, it's not about trying harder. It's about thinking better, thinking clearer, thinking in alignment with who you want to become, not who you used to be. Because the moment your thoughts evolve, your standards do too. And when your standards rise, your results follow. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's alignment. And alignment starts with your thinking. So think like a winner. Speak like a leader. Move like someone who already knows the outcome is victory. And don't stop ever. Because every day you train your mind, you change your life. And every time you change your life, you give someone else permission to do the same. That's how you change the world. Not through noise, but through personal mastery. Start there. And don't look back. And when the doubt comes back, because it will, you'll be ready. Not because life is easier, but because you're stronger. You've trained for this. You've prepared your mind. You've built your systems. You've planted seeds of belief so deep that fear can't uproot them. You don't panic anymore, you pivot. You don't spiral, you stabilize. You don't question your worth. You confirm it with action. This is who you are now. You're not someone who avoids pressure, you perform under it. You're not someone who fears challenges, you grow through them. You're not someone who waits for the right time, you create it. You are the one who leads. The one who rewrote the narrative. The one who mastered their mind. The one who didn't just escape negativity, but used it as fuel. And when people ask how you did it, you'll tell them the truth. I didn't wait to feel ready. I trained my mind until it followed me. That's what this was all about. Not perfection power. Not hype discipline. Not escape evolution. So here's the final word. Keep going. Because now that you've seen what's possible, you can't unsee it. And now that you've tasted alignment, you'll never settle for chaos. This is the new standard. And the standard is this. I own my thoughts. I build my reality. I protect my peace. I lead my life. This is who I am, and I'm just getting started. The mission now is consistency. No more starting over. No more letting a bad day become a bad week. No more letting emotions dictate direction. Your discipline is the difference. It's not about always feeling motivated, it's about being loyal to your future. Because when you stay loyal to your growth stays loyal to you. Your results may come slow, but they will come strong. You'll move differently. You'll speak differently. You'll attract differently. People will wonder what changed. And you'll smile because you'll know the truth. You changed from the inside out. You made peace with your past. You let go of the noise. You replaced fear with focus. And now your life reflects it. So no matter what comes next, stay the course. Stay disciplined. Stay present. Stay committed to what you said you'd do long after the feeling is gone. This is mastery. And this is where your power lives. Not in the hype, but in the follow-through. You've already done what most never will. You decided to lead yourself. Now finish what you started, because your best chapter isn't written yet. It begins now. Let this be your new declaration. I am no longer a prisoner of doubt. I am no longer available for fear-based thinking. I am no longer tolerating the habits that once sabotaged me. From this day forward, I honor my vision. I respect my discipline. I walk with purpose. I show up when it's hard. I rise when it's dark. I speak truth even when my voice shakes. This is my standard now. To think with clarity, to act with courage, to lead with character. And no thought, no failure, no external pressure will change that. Because I've already decided. I will not live one more day beneath my potential. I will not hand over my future to comfort or convenience. I will not shrink to fit environments I've outgrown. From here on out, I grow. I stretch. I lead. And I do it relentlessly. This is how I kill negative thinking. By living so fully aligned that fear has no place left to hide. By moving with such direction that doubt becomes irrelevant. By choosing growth again and again until it becomes instinct. This is not a phase. This is not a moment. This is the new me, built from the inside out and ready for everything ahead. Because nothing changes until you change. Not your income, not your energy, not your peace, not your impact. It all starts with how you think. Every belief you rewrite, every lie you silence, every truth you amplify. These are the bricks of your new future. You don't need permission to grow. You don't need applause to stay consistent. You don't need perfect conditions to begin. You just need to decide that who you were is no longer who you're willing to be. That decision unlocks everything. And once it's really made you stop negotiating with smallness. You stop arguing for your limitations. You stop retreating when you were born to rise. So rise. Speak the vision. Walk the mission. Lead the life. This is your standard now. You lead with it. You live by it. You don't lower it. And you don't lower it for anything or anyone. Not anymore. And if you ever forget how far you've come, pause for a moment. Look back, not with regret, but with respect. Respect for the person who endured, for the person who kept going, for the person who fought through silence, through fear, through failure, and still chose to rise. That's who you are. And now, you build from that place. From strength, from clarity, from leadership. You are no longer the same. So when you walk out that door today, don't wait for the right mood. Don't ask for clarity. Don't wait for permission. Walk like you've already won. Because you're not chasing freedom anymore. You are the proof of it. And that's how the world will remember you.